Hello all, welcome to session 6 of Selenium 4 training series. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate different flow control statements in Java. So let's get started. First of all, what exactly are these flow control statements? Let me explain. Let's say you have written some code, okay? That particular code you have written has some lines of code, line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, and so on. Okay, many number of lines of code you have written. Let's assume when you run this code, by default the first line will be executed, after that second line, then third line, and so on till the end. Okay, line by line the code will be executed by default. But in Java there are some statements known as flow control statements. Okay, there are some statements in Java known as flow control statements. If you have used these flow control statements while writing this code, the execution may not happen in the sequential order like this, line by line. Rather, maybe you may have jumped from this line to this line by skipping this line, or some lines of code got repeated. Okay, multiple times the same lines of code got executed. Here, the execution is not happening in a sequential manner, line by line. Rather, by using this flow control statements, the execution may happen like this, guys. Okay, you will jump from one line to another line, or same set of lines will be executed multiple times. Okay, like this, things are possible with the help of flow control statements in Java, guys. Now let me reveal the different flow control statements in Java. Okay, flow control statements in Java can be categorized into selection statements, iterative statements, and transfer statements. Okay, so I'll also create a mind map which looks like same. So here I'll create this is a flow control, right? Flow control. So the different statements in Java which change the flow of the execution of the code are the flow control statements. So I can categorize the flow control statements in Java into different categories. That is, first category is selection statements. Okay, first type of flow control statements in Java are selection statements. Okay, then we have iterative statements in Java. We have iterative statements in Java. Then we have transfer statements in Java. Okay, transfer statements. These are the three types of or three categories of flow control statements in Java. Now, let me list down the different selection statements. Okay, selection statements that are available in the Java as part of flow control statements. So, we'll do one thing. I'll just change this order a bit. Okay, what are the different selection statements we have? We have if statements. Okay, in Java we have this if statements. Then we have if else statements. Then we have else if else statements. Then we have switch case. Okay, then we have switch case. Under selection statements we have these four things. Similarly, under iterative statements also we have four different things, and transfer statements also we have different things. Under iterative statements, if I see here, we have while loop, then we have do while loop, then we have for loop, then we have for each loop. Okay, for each loop. So these are the different iterative statements we have in Java as part of the flow control statements. And coming to the transfer statements, there are different transfer statements also which change the flow of the execution of the code. Okay, what are the different transfer statements means? We have break statement, we have continue statement. Okay, then we have return statement, then we have try, catch, finally kind of statements. So these are the different flow control statements we have in Java. I'll be explaining one by one. Okay, first category I'll pick first, that is selection statements. I will explain first. After selection statements I'll explain iterative statements in this session. After iterative statements I'll explain the transfer statements. Everything I'll explain and practically demonstrate for you in this session. Fine, let's go with the selection statements first. Coming to the selection statements, the first type of the selection statements under the flow control statements are if statements. What are these if statements? So first of all, what are the selection statements? Okay, there is a category, right? What are the selection statements under flow control statements? What exactly are the selection statements? Selection statements have one or more conditions. Okay, based on some conditions, if you want to run some set of code, or if you don't want to run some set of code, right? Then we generally go for the selection statements. Okay, based on the condition. The condition is true, then you want to run the code. The condition is false, you don't want to run the code. Okay, that kind of conditions, based on some conditions, if you want to run a set of code or skip a set of code, whatever it is, so we can use selection statements. And these are the 4 selection statements we have, which work on the based on the condition, guys. Based on the condition, the code will be executed. So I'll go with the first one, guys, that is if. Okay, first one is if statements. Under selection statements, the first statement is if statement. If statements. So how to use the if statement and all those stuff I'll explain. Okay, so here if statements, if I have to explain the if statements, guys, simple terms, if statement will have a condition, and if the condition is true, then the code inside the if block will be executed. Okay, so I'll show you this image once so that you can understand more. Okay, so how the if statement works, let me show you first in the image. After that, you will understand what is if statements. So based on some condition, if you want to run a set of code, then we generally go for the if statement. For example, as you can see here, guys, the execution is starting from here. And when the if statements comes in the code, okay, so there will be some condition, guys. In the if statement, there will be some condition. Based on this condition may either result in true or the condition may result in false. If the condition results in true, the code that is there in the if block will be executed. Okay, code inside the if block will be executed. But if this condition is false, the code related to the if block, this block will not be executed. You see, false means this code is not getting executed. Only when the condition is true, the code inside the if block will be executed. When the condition is false, this code will not be executed. That is nothing but the if statements, guys. So syntax, let me show you the syntax of the if statements now. Okay, so you have now understood the flow of the execution of the code, right? Now let's understand the syntax. This is how we have to write in Java the if statements. Okay, if circular brackets, in that we have to specify a condition like a greater than b or a less than b kind of condition. If you specify, based on this condition, guys, the code will be executed. Okay, so if the condition is false, these statements which are in blue color in this image, that is statement 1, statement 2, which are there inside this if block, starting of the block, ending of the block, right? This block of statements will not be executed if the condition is false, but if the condition is true, this block of code will be executed. Okay, so now let me practically demonstrate this if statements for you. So for that, I'll create a new Java class file. Right click, new Java class. I'll simply say if. Okay, if demo. Okay, if demo. Okay, if demo. Now the class has been created. Some user defined class. That's okay. Here I'll create a main method, guys. To create the main method, simply type main and press enter. That's it. Main method is also there. Without main method, we cannot run this program. You already know. Inside the main method, I'll write some logic now. So you'll understand with this logic, you'll understand how to use actually the if statements. Okay. Int a is equal to 5, comma b is equal to 4. Like this, I'll write int a is equal to 5, comma b is equal to 4. Now I'll write the logic for the if selection statements, which change the flow of the execution of the code. Okay, if followed by circular brackets and starting brace and ending brace. Okay, this is if block, guys. Okay, this is if block. Whatever that I highlighted, right? Starting of the brace, ending of the brace. Okay, that is a if block. And here inside the circular brackets, we should have a condition. So what is the condition? For example, a greater than b is a condition. Okay, a greater than b is a condition. Here I'll be writing some code saying this out. Okay, a is greater than b. Like this, I'll write. Okay, a is greater than b. I will write. Fine. Now, guys. So now, guys, you can understand this, right? A is greater than b. Is it a greater than b or not here? You see, if you read this logic, guys, a is 5 and b is 4. So if the condition is a greater than b, 5 greater than 4. True or false? 5 greater than 4 is true or false? 5 greater than 4 is true. If it is true, the block of code, that is the block of if block will be executed, guys. Okay, if this condition is true, this particular selected highlighted blue color if block will be executed. That means a is greater than b will be printed in the output. Okay, let's run this code. In the output, we should get a is greater than b. So when I run this code, guys, you will get in the output a is greater than b will be printed in the output. Now, what if I say, okay, what if I give the change the numbers, like I'll change the a value to 3, guys. Now b is 4. Now tell me what is the condition a greater than b. A greater than b. 3 greater than 4. True or false? 3 greater than 4 is true or false? False, right? If the condition is false, this block will not be executed. It will be skipped, guys. Okay, run this code. You'll not see any output. This time you'll not see any output, guys. Okay, I'm running the code. See, in the output you'll not get anything printed because the condition is false, and that's why if block got skipped. Okay, if block got skipped. Now the next one, guys. Okay, this is a if selection statement. Okay, this is nothing but the if selection statement. When the condition is true, the block of code inside the if block will be executed. Whereas if the condition is false, the block of code inside the if block will be skipped and nothing will be executed inside the if block. Okay, so this is what is if statements. Okay, if selection statements in Java. Now coming to the next category, if else. Okay, the first one is done, guys. If is done, let's go to the next one, that is if else. Coming to if else, guys, it's an extension of if. Okay, coming to the if else, it's an extension of if. That means here we'll keep this logic as it is. Okay, we'll keep this logic as it is, and here at the end of the if block I'll write else block, and else is also a block, guys. You see, starting of the else block and ending of the else block. This is the if block, this is the else block. Okay, as I already mentioned, if else is the extension of the if block, right? Extension of the if block is if else. So here, based on the condition, if the condition is true, this if block will be executed. If the condition is false, else block will be executed. So let's not go so fast. Okay, I'll show you some images and also that you'll get more idea of what exactly is how the actually the if else will work. If else selection statement will work. Okay, as you can see in this image, guys. Okay, here also we have if condition. Based on this condition may be true or false. The condition is true, the code inside the if block will be executed. But if the condition is false, the code inside the else block will be executed. Simple, guys. Okay, condition is true, this block will be executed. The code inside the if block. The condition is false, the code inside the else block will be executed. This is how it works. So let me show you here. So here I'll say a greater than b. I'll say here I'll write s out tab. Okay, a is less than b. I'll print. Okay, so here, guys, a is equal to, if I give a is equal to 5 here and b is equal to 4, the condition is true or not. If condition is true or not here, 5 is greater than, a is greater than b means 5 is greater than 4 is true. When this condition is true, the if block will be executed. That means a is greater than b will be executed. So in the output, a is greater than b will be printed, but else block will be skipped, guys. Okay, because the condition is true means else block will be skipped, only if block will be executed. So let's run this and see whether a is greater than b will be printed or a is less than b will be printed. This time a is greater than b, that is the statement that is there inside the if block will be executed. You see, a is greater than b got printed. Now if I change this value to 3 here, a is equal to 3. 3 greater than 4 is false, right? 3 greater than 4 is false. So the condition is false means if block will be skipped and else block will be executed. Okay, this block will be skipped and this block will be executed. That means a is less than b will be printed. You see, run this code, and after the code runs here, you can see that a is less than b will be printed. So this is what is if else selection statement. Okay, so this is nothing but the if else selection statement Java. Okay, syntax, as you have already seen in this, right? The syntax is nothing but this one, guys. Okay, if condition will be there in the if block, statements will be there, and based on this condition, if the condition is true, these statements which are there inside the if block will be executed. If the condition is false, there is an else block. Okay, if the condition is false, this block will be skipped and else block will be executed. Okay, the statements inside the else block will be executed. So this is nothing but the if else statements, guys. If else selection statements. Now let's move on to the next type of selection statements under flow control statements, that is if else. This is an extension of the previous ones. Okay, this if else is an extension of the previous ones, guys. So here, guys, till now we have only one condition, right? Either you take if you take only if selection statement like this is the if selection statement, you see only one condition is there. If you even take the if else selection statement also, only one condition is there. Okay, whatever I'm highlighting here, a greater than b is a condition. Only one condition is there either in the if selection statements or if else selection statements. But in case of if else selection statements, that is the third one, if else selection statements, we can have multiple conditions, guys. Okay, we can have multiple conditions, more than one condition we can have. So let me show you some images and all. After that you will understand the code and I'll demonstrate the code. So here is the thing. Let me show the image for if else statements. Okay, which is an extension of the previous ones. As you can see in this image, guys. Okay, the image looks kind of big but very easy, guys, to understand. So here, guys, first there will be one first condition will be there, if condition. The condition may either result in true or false. Okay, the condition may either result in true or false. If the condition is true for the first time, the if block will be executed. Remaining all will be skipped. Okay, the remaining things that are on the right side will be skipped, guys. Okay, and the condition is true by default. But what if this condition is false? If this condition is false, then instead of going to the else block, we'll check one more condition. Okay, else another condition, another if condition. You see, If this condition is not true, we'll check whether other condition is true or not. Okay, else if other condition. Okay, so if it is false, first condition is false means we'll check the second condition, second if condition. And if this condition is true means this block, that is first else if block, will be executed. The code inside the first else if block will be executed. Otherwise the condition is false. Okay, if the condition is true means this code inside the first else if block will be executed and remaining all on the right side and everything will be skipped. Okay, and but if this condition is also false, then we'll go for another condition. Okay, we can have any number of conditions, guys. Okay, you can have one or many conditions. Okay, two or many, you can say. Condition is not first condition is false, second condition is false, third condition is false, then fourth condition is false. Finally last block will be else block, and this is option. Okay, the process keeps on going, guys. Checking condition, condition, condition. If any of the condition is true, that particular block will be executed. But if none of the conditions are true, then in that case finally the else block will be executed, and this is not compulsory to provide else block, guys. Else block is optional. Okay, so this is what is the if else selection statements. Now let me show you some syntax, guys. Okay, just see the syntax here for if else selection statements. As you can see the syntax here, the first condition is there, second condition, third condition, right? So here we have multiple if conditions. You see, if condition, if condition, if condition, followed used by else keyword will be there. Okay, if this condition is false, then next condition will be checked. This code will not be executed, and next condition will be checked. If this condition is also false, this block will not be executed, and next condition will be checked. If this condition is also false, then finally else block, which is optional, will be executed. Okay, fine. But if any of these conditions, for example, if this condition is true, only this will be executed, remaining all will be skipped. What if this is false and this one is true? This one is true means this will be skipped, and this will be executed, and remaining all will be skipped. Okay, like that, guys. So this is what is the syntax for the if else selection statements. Okay, now let me practically show you. Okay, let me practically show you how to use this if else selection statements. Okay, so for that, guys, I'll go to this idea, IntelliJ idea, and here I'll create one more thing, right? I'll say if else if else. Okay, demo. I'll create this class, and inside this class I'll create main method. Simply type main here and press enter. Done. Here I'll write the code, guys. Int a is equal to 5 comma, b is equal to 4 comma, c is equal to 3, d is equal to 2 comma, e is equal to 1. Okay, like this I'll create 5 variables and assign with 5 values anyhow respectively. Now I'll write the code for the if a is less than b. The first condition I am writing, if a is less than b, then here I'll say system.out.println. I'll simply say a is less than b. Again, else I have to use and give a space and write if again. Another condition I will specify here. This is else if block, first else if block. Here I have to give a condition else if b less than c. Okay, if b less than c, I'll say b is less than c. Okay, b is less than c. Again, else if c less than d, here I'll say system.out.println. I'll say c is less than d. Okay, else if d less than e, multiple conditions are coming, right? Here you see first condition, second condition, third condition, fourth condition. Here I'll say d is less than e. Okay, d is less than e. And finally else block I'll write. This is optional, guys. Whether you write this block or not doesn't matter. Okay, it's up to you. I'll simply say e is the list. Okay, e is the list. So guys, as you can see here, the code here I have written if else selection statement, which has multiple conditions, right? More than one conditions are there. Let's see how this code will run. First, a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 4. So the condition is a less than b. 5 less than 4, true or false? 5 less than 4, true or false? False, right? 5 is less than 4 is false. So this block will be skipped. Then second condition, b less than c. 4 less than 3, again false. This block also will be skipped, it will not be executed. Then C less than D, 3 less than 2, again false. This block will be skipped. Then D less than E, that is 2 less than 1, again false. This block will be skipped. Finally, else block will be executed because there is no condition. E is the list will be printed. Okay, if you run this code, you see E will be E is the list will be printed in the output. I've run the code, guys. In a while, you will get the output. E is the list you got. Okay. Similarly, if any of the condition is true, for example, here, let's say, if I say if I change this to, let's say, 3, okay, A is equal to 3, what will happen? If I change the value of A to 3, so A less than B, A is less than B, 3 is less than 4, true or false? 3 is less than 4 is true, right? So A is less than B will be printed, remaining all lines will be skipped, okay? Only this block will be executed. Run this. A is less than B will be printed in the output. A is less than B. Done. Now, what if I'll say B is otherwise C is we'll do one thing. Okay, here I'll make some B less than. Okay, so I'll just change it to 2, guys. Okay, let's see what will happen. So in this case, guys, how this will work is, first it will check the first condition. 5 less than 2 is false. 5 less than 2 is false, right? So this block will be skipped. Second condition will be checked. B less than C. 2 is less than 3 is true now. So only this block will be executed. Remaining all will be skipped, guys. Okay, remaining all blocks got skipped. B is less than C will only B less than C will be printed in the output. You see, only B less than C got printed in the output, guys. Okay, remaining all got skipped. So this is how, guys, this if else selection statement in Java will work. Okay. Now we are done with the if else, and if else also. The last one I'm going to explain, guys, that is switch case under the selection statements category. The last one is switch case. Okay, switch case. So in order to understand the switch case, I'll explain something before that. Okay, before I start explaining about the switch case, I'll give you a scenario like how the switch case will work. Okay, let's assume, guys, in the real world there is a hotel. Okay, let's assume that there is hotel and there are few tables. Okay, tables and chairs, okay, whatever you can call. So in this hotel, people can visit and sit at this particular respective tables, and they can order food and all those stuff, right? So those are the tables, and this is a kitchen area where some chef is working here. One chef is working here, is preparing the food. And let's say you entered the hotel and you sat at this particular table. Immediately then one person will come to your table and he'll ask for the order. Okay, waiter will come and ask for the order, what you want, sir? Okay, so if you order pizza, this person, the waiter, has to bring what from the kitchen? He has to bring, he has to serve pizza only. Okay, if that is there in the hotel, if that pizza is served in the hotel, he'll serve. Okay, or if this person asks for burger, then this waiter should only get burger. Okay, if he's asked for ice cream, this waiter should only get ice cream. Okay, if this person asks for like noodles, this person has to get noodles. Okay, like that, whatever the item this person asks, the waiter should bring only that item. Okay, other items should not be brought. What if there is item is not there in the hotel? In that case, waiter should inform the customer that, sorry sir, we don't have this item, right? So this kind of scenario, okay, whatever the user is asking, if the waiter has to serve and if the item is not there, the waiter has to simply mention that, sorry sir, the item is not there. If you have to write this in the form of program, right, switch case is the best one. Okay, switch case is the best one, guys. Okay, switch case we can use in Java programming. We can use switch case to solve this problem. So you'll understand more now. I will create a new class, guys. Okay, and I'll say switch demo. Okay, switch demo. And here inside this class, guys, inside this class, I'll create a main method. Inside the main method, I'll write some code for the switch case, guys. Basically, for the switch case, I'll write the code. So here I will write string food. Food is equal to, okay, what food do we want? Let's say pizza. Okay, I'll say pizza here. Now I'll write the switch case here. Switch off. So before going to the code and all, guys, let me show you some images and all. Okay, how the image of the switch case and all. Okay, the execution, how it happens and all. You see, this is how the switch case works. Okay, so here there is a condition express. this is the switch case having circular brackets here. There is a condition expression, guys. So whatever the condition expresses matches with this case. Okay, this condition expression will be matched with any of these cases. You see in this hotel there are different food items to be served. Okay, food item 1, food item 2, food item n, whatever it is. And if there is no food item, this is a default case, like that. Okay, if the condition expression matches any of these cases, that particular block will be executed. Okay, that particular food will be served. If this condition expression doesn't match any of the cases, finally default case will be executed. Okay, so that's what, guys. Okay, this is how the only that particular case need to be executed, remaining cases should not be executed. And here we have the syntax also for the switch case. You can see here the syntax for the switch case. So this is the syntax of the switch case, guys. Switch, okay, switch condition expression, and case 0, case 1, case 2, whatever that is, and default. This is the syntax. Okay, so based on if the condition expression matches this particular case, then this statements will be executed, remaining statements will not be executed. Okay, if the condition expression matches the second case, the code inside the second case will be executed, remaining will not be. Whatever you ask, that only that will be served. If whatever you're asking is not there in any of these things, then default case will be executed. Okay, so I'll programmatically show you now. Anyhow, it will be more easy for you to understand. So this user is asking for this item, guys, and I'll pass that item here. Okay, that food item I'll pass here. This is a condition expression now. Okay, this food will act as a condition expression. This is the starting of the switch case, and this is the ending of the switch case. This is the switch block, and inside the switch block, guys, I'll create some cases. Okay, case first case is I'll say burger. Okay, burger. If the user is asking for burger, then this program has to serve what burger is served. Okay, this program will serve burger only. Okay, again here we have to write something known as break statement, guys. Why break statement is required, I'll explain you later. For now, blindly writing in each and every case we have to write break. Okay, at the end of this code of the particular case you have to write break. Now let's create one more case, guys. Okay, case. Okay, so case this time not able to organize it properly, that's fine. Okay, we'll do one thing, I'll just organize it later. Like this I'll write for now. And yeah, case colon. Okay, this is another case, guys. Second case, if you are asking for let's say noodles. Okay, noodles. If here user is asking for pizza. Okay, so pizza doesn't match with the burger, so this case will not be executed. And pizza will not match with noodles, so this case also will not be executed. Anyhow, I'll write it here. So here I'll say noodles are served. Okay, here I'll write the break statement. Break, break. Third one case, third one is burger is done, noodles is done. Let's say ice cream. Okay, if the if the customer is asking for ice cream, so here I'll say in this particular case I'll simply say ice cream is served. Ice cream is served. Then we'll write break here. Now fourth case, let's say this time pizza. Okay, so here I'll say pizza is served. Pizza is served. And here I'll write the break statement. If the item, whatever that is requested, is not there in any of these cases, there will be default case. Here I'll write this last one, so no problem. I'll say we only have, we can only serve burger. We can only serve burger, comma, noodles, comma, ice cream, comma, pizza. Okay, only these items are there. Whatever the request item is not there. Okay, sorry, we can only serve, burger, noodles, ice cream, and pizza. Okay, like this I'll write a simple code, guys. I'll organize this time. Okay, I'll organize this stuff. So I'll just move it to the new lines. It will be like this, guys, generally. Multiple cases we have written. Okay, So now the user is asking for which item, guys? Here string food, which item the user is asking for? Pizza item is asking. Here pizza will be passed here in the condition expression. Pizza, does it match burger? No, right? Pizza is not matching burger. So it will be skipped. Now pizza, this block will not be executed. This case will not be executed. So again, pizza will be matched with the second case. Is pizza matching with noodles? No. This case also will be skipped. Now pizza with ice cream, not matching. This case also will be skipped. Now pizza with pizza, it's matching, right? This pizza is matching with this pizza. So this case will be executed and the pizza is served will be printed and break will be executed to take you out of the switch case. Okay, break will take you out of the switch case. That's what is the purpose of the break here, guys. Okay, so now if I run this code, since you are asking for pizza here, pizza, okay, string literal. So maybe I have done some mistake somewhere. Where is the mistake? Switch is there, and okay, here some extra double quotes came, guys. So run this code. Pizza is served should be printed. Okay, pizza is served should be printed. If you're asking for, okay, ice cream, okay, let's say you're asking for ice cream. This time what should be served? Burger should be served or noodles or ice cream? Ice cream should be served, right? Remaining all should not be served. This case should be executed only. Remaining should not be executed. Run this code, guys. Since you are asking for ice cream here for the food, okay, ice cream is served will be printed in the output. Whatever you ask, that will be served. What if you are asking for some other thing that is not there in the, okay, if you're asking for something that is not there in this hotel, let's say I'll ask for what can I ask, guys? Okay, pizza is done, burger is done, noodles is done. Okay, so what else we can ask? Okay, I will ask for sandwich, let's say. Okay, sandwich. If you're asking for sandwich, sandwich doesn't match with burger, sandwich doesn't match with noodles, sandwich doesn't match with ice cream, sandwich is not matching with pizza, so it will directly go to the default case and say sorry, we can only serve burger, noodles, ice cream and pizza will be printed in the output. Okay, default case will be executed in this case. You say sorry, we can only serve burger, noodles, ice cream and pizza. Okay, got printed. Fine. So this is what is the switch case, guys, and I told you, right, the purpose of the break statements here. Okay, whenever whenever this condition expression matches the case and that the statements in the case got executed, after that break statement will take you out of the switch case. Okay, what if the break statement is not there? What will happen? I'll show you. Okay, I'll remove all the break statements and I'll show you what will happen now. Okay, so now I don't have any break statements inside. I'll ask for burger, guys. Okay, I'll ask for burger here. So burger is matching with the first case, right? Burger is matching with the first case, so burger is served will be printed. Since there is no break, after burger is served there is no break, immediately it will not come out of the switch case, guys. Rather, it will go to the next case and print noodles also will be served. You are only asking for burger, but they will serve you burger, noodles, ice cream, pizza, and finally they will say that sorry, we can only serve burger, noodles, ice cream, and pizza also. That's the problem if break statements are not there, guys. Okay, let me run this. You see, all these statements will be printed. You will fall down, okay, from top to bottom. You see, burger is served, noodles are served. You are asking only for burger, but they are serving you all these items. And also, finally, they are saying that, sorry, we can only serve burger, noodles, ice cream, and pizza. They are saying, okay, that's the problem. But if you say ice cream here, if you say ice cream means, in this case, what will happen is, so first ice cream will be mapped with this burger and it's not matching. Ice cream is not matching with burger. So this case will be skipped. Ice cream will be matched with noodles and it's not matching. This case also will be skipped. Now ice cream is matching with the third case. So this case will be executed. Ice cream is served will be printed first. Okay. First ice cream is served will be here. Break statement is not there. So pizza will be served and sorry, we can only from here to here will fall down. Okay. So run this. You see, no, burger and noodles will not come, but ice cream too. Last statement will come. Ice cream is served and pizza is served. Sorry, we can only serve burger, noodles, ice cream, and pizza will be displayed, guys. Okay. So this is what is the switch case, guys. Okay. And that is the purpose of the break statements. Okay. The purpose of the break statement is to, after the particular requested thing is served, okay, you should come out of the switch case. That's why break statements need to be provided everywhere. And if you want to reduce the number of lines of this code, guys, okay, number of lines of the switch case, if you want to reduce, you can write like this. Okay. This will save you a lot of space actually. Okay. So in very few lines, you can complete the switch case. So instead of writing this code and okay, break statement multiple lines, you can write like this. This is one way to optimize the code. I mean, reduce the number of lines of the code. So, and looks very simple and straightforward this way. Okay, so it's up to you guys. If you feel that you're convenient with this approach, you can go with this. Either you can, or you can reduce the number of lines like this. Okay, just in 5 lines the switch case is completed, right? So like this also you can do, both will work. Guys, okay, run this. Ice cream will be served, will be printed in the output. See, ice cream is served, done. So guys, this is what is the switch case. We are done with the last one also. All the selection statements got completed. Now let's move on to the next flow control statements in Java, that is iterative statements. Okay, so we here have while, do while, for, and for each loop. Let me explain one by one. Okay, first of all, what exactly are these iterative statements? What exactly are these iterative statements? Iterative statements help us in executing the same block of code multiple times. Okay, if you want to, I'll show you one example, guys. A problem statement I'll show you. Okay, let's say I want to print my name 10 times. Okay, what I have to do, guys, if I want to print my name 10 times, this print ln statement I have to write how many times? First time I have written, second time I have to write, right? Second time, third time, 10 times I want to print my name. Okay, so I have to write this print statements how many times? 10 times I have to write like this. Okay, this is a very tedious process, as you can see already. It's taking too much of time for me to type. Okay, only 5 statements got completed. Sixth one I am typing. Sixth one, then seventh one, then eighth one, then ninth one. The same statement need to be repeated 10 times. Okay, then 10th one. Okay, so if I want to print my name 10 times in the output, I have to write this print ln statement. Same statement is repeated how many times here? 10 times, right? So here print f came, ln is the required one. So fine. So run this code, guys. Okay, you will get the output. I'm running the code. As you can see, my name got printed in the output. Arun Moturi, Arun Moturi. 10 times it got printed in the output. But is this a correct approach of writing? If you want to print your name or something 10 times, you should not be writing this many times. Only one time you have to write, but still my name should be printed 10 times. Is that possible? Is there any way where I can write this line only one time, but my name should be printed in the output 10 times? Yes, guys, that is possible with the help of iterative statements in Java. Okay, iterative statements will help us in executing the same block of code multiple times. Okay, this same line of code can be executed multiple times. How many times you want to want this particular line to be executed, you can run. Okay, fine. So let's try that, guys. Okay, let's try that. Try all the different iterative statements. And under iterative statements, I already told you, right? We have while loop, do while loop, for loop, and for each loop. These are the 4 different iterative statements using which we can execute the same line of code multiple times. Okay, as a loop, we can repeat. The first one is while loop, guys. Okay, the first we'll go with the while loop. So before I write any code, guys. Okay, so while loop executes the same block of code multiple times. That is until the condition becomes false. Okay, while loop will have a condition, guys. Okay, based on the condition, until the condition becomes false, the loop will be executed. I'll show you one diagram here for the execution flow of the while loop so that you can understand more about the while loop. Here, guys, the execution flow is coming here, and when the time comes where while while loop has to be executed, while will have a condition. Okay, so the condition may be true or false. If the condition is true, the while loop will be the block of code inside the while block will be executed. Okay, the while block will be executed, and again it will not stop there. Again it will check the condition for second time. Again, if the condition is true, again the same set of block of code inside the while block will be executed for second time. Again, if the condition is true, the same set of code which is there inside the while block will be executed for third time, and this keeps on repeating until the condition becomes false. When the condition becomes false, we'll come out of the while loop like this. Okay, this is what is while loop, guys. Okay, and syntax I'll show you the for the while loop now. So in Java, if you have to write a while loop, you have to write like this: while condition and the statements inside the while block. Okay, fine. Now let me demonstrate some programs, guys. Okay, so I'll show you some programs. I want this particular line to be printed 10 times. That's okay. So but what I have to do is I have to write the while block, right? While, like some condition, I have to put this statement inside the while block. Okay, I'll put this statement inside the while block like this. Otherwise I'll write the while block first. While, like this I'll write, and here I'll write the my statement, that is my name. I want to get this name printed 10 times. Okay, so here I should give a condition, guys. To give this condition, I'll initialize one variable. I'll declare one variable and initialize it. int I is equal to 1, I will say. Okay, so let me write it again, guys. Some kind of problem is there here. Int I is equal to 1. Okay, now I'll write the while loop. While I, okay, here one condition I have to give, guys. Okay, I want to print my name how many times? 10 times, right? I less than or equal to 10, I will say. And if I write this, and if I print my name here, okay, now will my name, okay, will my name will be printed 10 times? If I run this code, will my name will be printed 10 times? No, guys, not 10 times. Infinite times my name will be printed. Why? Let me explain. Okay, I'm missing something in this while loop intentionally. So here initially I'm declaring this variable I as in data type, and I'm storing the numerical value that is 1 into this I. Okay, integer value 1 into this I am storing. Now while this 1 is less than or equal to 10, true or false? This while loop 1 less than or equal to 10, true or false? True, right? 1 is less than or equal to 10 is true. So while block will be executed and my name will be printed for the first time. Okay, for the first time my name will be printed. Again, as I all told you, right? After the end of this while loop, again it will check the condition. Okay, so again it will check this condition. I is still 1 only, guys. Okay, I didn't change the modify the value of the I anywhere. So I is still 1, 1 less than or equal to 10. Again true. Second time my name got printed. Again condition will be checked. I is still 1. Third time my name will be printed. Again the condition will be checked. I is still 1. I is always 1 means, is there any way that this loop will stop? No, right? Run this loop. You see, my name will be printed infinite times. Okay, keep on printing. You see, it will keep on printing, guys. You see, it will not stop. You see, my name is getting printed like a printing press. Coming. Okay, it's keep on printing my name like anything. See, the scroll bar is scrolling up and down here, right? So I have to forcibly terminate this program. Okay, just stop like that. I have to forcibly terminate this program. Otherwise, the program is not going to stop. Okay, it keeps on printing my name infinite times. So what is the problem here is, the problem here is after printing my name, I need to change the value of this I, guys. Okay, so otherwise the condition will not become false at any point of time. So what I will do is I will say I plus plus. Okay, I'll simply say I plus plus. I plus plus means what? You already know, right? The previous session I explained about the operators, increment operator. Okay, it will increment the value of I by 1. So now let's see, this time my name should be printed 10 times. Okay, so let's see, I is equal to 1, 1 less than or equal to 10 is true. While block will be executed for the first time, my name got printed for the first time. After that I plus plus, the value of I becomes 2 here, from 1 to 2 incremented by 1. Now 2 less than or equal to 10, true again. Second time it got printed. Okay, my name got printed for second time. Then I plus plus, I became 3, 3 less than or equal to 10, true. Third time my name got printed, I became 4. Okay, fourth time my name will be, condition will be true, and fourth time my name will be printed, I becomes 5. Fifth time my name will be printed, I become 6. Sixth time my name will be printed, I become 7. Seventh time my name will be printed. Okay, condition will become true always. So 8, eighth time also the condition is still true, 8 less than or equal to 10. Eighth time also my name will be printed. Then 9, then 9, 9 less than or equal to 10 is also true. Ninth time also my name got printed. It becomes 10 now. 10 less than or equal to 10 is also true. So 10th time my name got printed, and finally I becomes 11 this time. 11 less than or equal to 10, is 11 less than 10 or 11 equal to 10? No, right? So this time the condition became false and will come out of the while loop. So the same line of code got executed how many times? 10 times here. Okay, the while loop got executed 10 times. Okay, this is how we have to use the while loop, guys. Okay, so run this. Okay, any mistakes I have done? So 11. Okay, here some 11. I didn't remove that explanation, right? So fine, let me run it again. You see, my name got printed 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So in place of my name, if you want to see the count, right, you can actually put plus I here. Okay. So you can put plus I here. Okay. So along with my name, I am putting I here. So run this code. You'll see Arun 1, Arun 2, Arun 3 like that. Okay. You don't have to count Arun 1 to Arun 10. Okay. 10 times my name got printed. So what is this place here? Place is is place here is an addition operator. Is place an addition operator? How this is working actually? No guys, here place is not acting as an addition operator. It is acting as a concatenation operator where it's concatenating the string text with the number. Okay. So the string is getting appended with the number guys. Okay. It's clubbed together. That's it. That's how it is working. Okay. So maybe during the, when I explain about strings and all, right, I'll explain this more. Fine. Here place is acting like a concatenation operator. Okay. Concatenation operator, not an addition operator. It's because here you are not adding the numbers, right? Your left side you don't have the number. This is the text, string text. You are appending the string text with the variable having some integer value. So you are trying to append the string text with a number that is 1. So can we add string and number? No, right? So what it will do, it will append it, attach it. Okay, it will attach the string to the number. That's why we are getting this Arun motor is space. Your space is also there. So space 1. Okay, Arun motor is space 2. Arun motor is space 3 got printed in the output. Okay, I'll explain more about that when time comes. Fine, guys. This is okay. Let's keep it. Not a problem. Now, guys, first loop is completed. Okay. So what if guys? Okay, there is one more thing. One more thing I have to explain about the while loop. For example, if I give I 11, I is equal to 11 directly, then what will happen? Directly, the value of I is 11. Then what will happen, guys? I is 11. For the first time itself, the condition is not true. Okay, you see, when I is 11, for first time itself, I is 11 means 11 less than or equal to 10. True or false? False. So even one time also the while loop will not be executed. The condition is false for the first time. The while block or while loop will not be executed even one time. Even single time also this block will not be executed. You see, if I run this code, nothing will be printed in the output. Okay, you'll get blank output this time. You see, nothing got printed in the output because the condition is by default false. For the first iteration itself, it is false, and even the first iteration didn't happen, guys. Okay, okay. The first chance itself, the condition is false means that the while loop even didn't get executed even one time. Okay, so that's what this is how the while loop works, guys. Okay, if the condition is by for the first time it is false, while loop will be executed 0 times. Okay, if the while condition is always true, this loop will be executed infinite times. If this condition is initially true and at later point of time it becomes false, then that many number of times only it will be executed. Okay, fine. All these things I explained. Now, guys, let's go with something known as second loop. Okay, we are done with the while loop. Now let's go with the do while loop. Okay, so let me give some picture before we enter into the do while loop, right? Let me give some picture here. Okay, if you are in India, okay, you'll understand this example clearly. So let's say, guys, you are traveling by, okay, in India. Um, let's say you want to watch a movie in a theater. Okay, so you want to watch a movie in the theater. So when you enter into theater, right, and when you want to enter into theater hall, some person will be stopping you and asking for the ticket. Okay, if you have the ticket, then only you can enter into this hall and watch the movie with everyone, right? This is a theater hall. Let's say this is the screen, and people are sitting here, okay, in the different seats. Okay, at the entrance of this theater hall, so one person will be standing and he or she will be checking the ticket. Okay, if you have the ticket, during the entrance itself they are checking whether you have the ticket or not. If you are the right person, they will be allowing you inside and you can go and sit at some seat and watch the movie. Okay, this is one thing. At the entry itself you are checking. Okay, at the entry itself we are checking for something. So if you compare this movie screen or theater, okay, theater screen hall, with this while loop, it will match. You see, in the beginning only you are comparing, right? You are checking this condition in the beginning. Okay, in the beginning of the while loop you are checking this condition. So here this example suits for while loop. Okay, this example suits for while loop. Okay, now what if in India again, let's say you are traveling by train, guys. Okay, so you are traveling by train. Okay, in India you are traveling by train, and you see, when you enter into the, okay, train station, and you just get onto one block of train, and you are sitting here. No one is actually checking any ticket here. Okay, in the entry no one is checking any ticket. So no one has asked for ticket. You directly went into the train and sat at that one of the compartment of the train, and you traveled all the destination. Okay, the train has taken you to the desired location, and the stop came. Okay, so the destination has arrived where the train has stopped you on this destination platform. And now after you get down from the train, guys, okay, when you want to exit here from this platform to the outside, okay, when you want to exit, there will be some person sitting at the exit door. Okay, on this platform there will be some person. Okay, will be standing there and he will be checking your ticket. Okay, here no one has checked at the entry. At the entry, no one has checked anything. But during the exit, during the exit, they are checking your ticket or whatever it is. Okay, they will stop you and check your ticket. Okay, this is possible. This is what is in India, guys. Okay, so here, if some condition is checked in a loop, if the condition is checked in the entry, that is called as a while loop. If the condition is checked at the exit, that is called as do while loop. Okay, what is this loop, guys? Do while loop. So here in while loop, the condition is checked at the beginning of the loop, whereas in do while loop, the condition is checked at the end of the loop. Okay, do while loop, the condition is checked. So how to change the syntax here is simple terms, guys. What I have to do is here I have to remove this part from here. This portion I'll cut it from here. Here I'll type simply do, and whatever I have cut here, right, I will add it at the end. Okay, that's it. This is what is do while loop, guys. Okay, the remaining logic is same. Okay, initialization part is same, and every logic is same. Here I have to put a semicolon here. Okay, you see at the end of this okay, this is what is do while loop, guys, and where the condition is checked at the end exit. Okay, so fine. Now how does this work? Okay, here I is equal to 11, but first time itself condition is false, right? 11 is less than or equal to 10, but they are not checking the condition in the beginning, guys. Okay, they are not checking the condition in the beginning of the loop. Here in this case, in this example, guys, when I is equal to 11, there is no condition checked by this loop in the initially, so we'll go inside the loop for the first time without having any condition checked. And here Arun Motori, and current value of I is 11, right? 11, Arun Motori 11 will be printed in the output. After that, I plus I will become 12 here, and 12 less than or equal to 10. False, right? Then we'll come out of the while loop, do while loop. Okay. Then we'll come out of the do while loop. But here the positive thing here is, even though the condition is false for the first time, the loop got executed one time. Okay. Here, guys, do while loop will be executed at least one time. Okay. Do while loop will be executed at least one time. Even though the condition is false for the first time, the do while loop will be executed at least one time. Okay. In the case of while loop, when the condition was false for the first time, the loop didn't get executed even one time. But in case of do while loop, even though the condition is false, the loop will be executed at least one time. Okay. So run this code, guys. You see, Arun Motor 11 will be printed in the output instead of the blank output. Okay. In case of while loop, we got a blank output, but in case of do while loop, same logic is there, but the condition is being checked at the end. So the loop got executed one time, and once the condition becomes false, we'll come out of the loop anyhow. Okay. So this is what is the difference between the while loop and do while loop. Okay. In while loop, the condition will be checked at the beginning. In do while loop, the condition will be checked at the end. And also, if the condition is false for the first time, while loop will be executed 0 times, whereas the condition is false for the first time in the do while loop, the loop will be executed one time. Okay. The loop will be executed one time. Okay. Even though the condition is false. That's the difference between the while loop and do while loop. Okay. Now, let's go with one more loop, that is for loop. Okay. So I'll explain for loop with the help of the while loop again. Okay, I'll go back to the while loop code. Okay, here I'll go back to the while loop code. Fine, this is what is a while loop, right? Here, if I give I is equal to 1, so int I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, and here my name will be printed along with the number of the iteration. Okay, and my name will be printed 10 times here. With the help of the while loop, I will be printing my name 10 times. You see, my name got printed from 1 to 10, 10 times. Okay. So guys, before we go to the for loop, guys, let me show you some images and diagrams of this do while loop. So, okay. You see, first the code inside the loop is getting, okay. Code inside the while block is getting executed before checking the condition. Okay. First the code inside the while do while block is getting executed. After the condition is checked, if the condition is true, again the block will be executed. If the condition is false, you see, at least one time the block got executed. Okay. If the condition is true, multiple times the code will be executed. But for the first time, no one is checking the condition. Second time onwards, we are checking the condition. That's the difference, guys, right? This is how the flow of execution of the code in the do while loop. And the syntax, you already seen the syntax. I showed you the program, right, already. The syntax is already shown. So this is the syntax do, and condition will be checked at the end, and semicolon you have to put, guys, okay? So you see the condition is not there. So this block of code will be executed at least one time, even though the condition is false, okay? So that's what is the do while loop, guys. Now let's go to the for loop, guys. So it's the most commonly used loop, guys. Okay, generally people prefer using for loop. Okay, if there is a possibility where they can use both while loop and for loop, right? People will prefer for loop because of its simplicity, and there's some advantages, guys. I'll show you. So how simple is the for loop? Okay, this is while loop, but how to replicate the same thing, the same logic I want to represent in for loop. In that case, guys, you see, I'll write for, before writing any logic here guys, let's see the execution flow and all those stuff. Okay, once again. So then I will write the logic. If you go to the for loop flow, here for condition is there. If the condition is true, the block of for loop will be, block of code inside the for loop block will be executed. And again, if the condition is true, second time the code inside the for loop block will be executed for second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, until the condition becomes false. When the condition becomes false, will come out of the for loop. Okay, it looks same, right? Syntax of the for loop is something like this. Syntax of the for loop is something like this. You see, a for loop will have not only one condition will be there. Here three sections are there: initialization section, condition section, increment or decrement section, and here the statements are there. Okay, so I'll show you practically anyhow. So for example here guys, if I have to convert this while loop into for loop so that you'll understand good, okay, better. So you have to first create this for loop here, and here inside this for loop circular brackets, there will be three sections. Okay, I will put, sorry, I'll write the circular brackets again, and here I have to put a semicolon guys. Two semicolons I have to provide, so that this first section, second section, third section. Okay, here guys, this is the first section, this is second section, and third section. Okay, so in the first section guys, I'll take out this one. Okay, I'll take out this part. Int I is equal to 1, I'll put it here. Okay, the first section is this one. Now in between section, okay, declaration and initialization is the first section in the for loop. I don't have to write a separate line. You see, one of the line got reduced here already. Here there was a condition, right? Int I is equal to 1 was there. I removed it and put it here. So one line got reduced. Second thing is this condition guys. I'll take this condition and put it here in between. So this condition is also gone, right? Now third thing is, the third section I have to put this I plus plus. Okay, incrementation or decrementation. Done. This line I don't have to write separately, and this line is same. Okay, this line I'll copy paste as it is, and you see, this is what is the for loop is. Okay, simple terms, this is the for loop. The simplest form, right? In while loop, if you have to write the same logic, you have to write two extra lines. One separate line for initialization, declaration and initialization, separate line, and another separate line for incrementation or decrementation. But here in for loop, everything will happen in a single line. So two lines got reduced when compared with the while loop. So it's kind of very simple, and you will not forget, right? In while loop, there is a possibility of forgetting incrementation or decrementation. But in for loop, this we will not forget, guys. Okay, this part you will not forget. Okay, so that's what is the difference between the while loop and for loop. Okay, so how the for loop will be executed, I'll show you. Okay, so when you run this code, guys, the execution will start from the main method, and for loop code will come, where first it will declare this variable. The first section will be executed, guys. This section, okay, when for loop gets executed, first section that will be executed is int I is equal to 1. The declaration of the I variable and as initialization of this variable. Okay, this section will be executed. I is now 1. After that, from here we'll jump on to this second section. Here condition will be verified. One is current value of I is 1, right? 1 less than or equal to 10 is true. If the condition is true, we'll execute this block of code of the for loop. So Arun Motori and the current value of I is 1 will be printed. Okay, Arun Motori 1 will be printed. After that, the control will go to this part. Okay, after the for block got executed for the first time, after the condition, once the for block got executed, the control will go to I plus plus. I will become 2, and from here it will jump on to here. Okay, 2 less than or equal to 10. True again. Will go again, and Arun Motori 2 will be printed. After this, again the control will go to I plus plus. I will become 3. 3 less than or equal to 10. True again. Arun Motori 3. Again I plus plus 4. Condition. Fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time, eighth time, ninth time, 10th time also. When I plus plus 11, I becomes 11. 11 less than or equal to 10 is false, and will come out of the for loop. Here it will start with this declaration and initialization. Thereafter, it will check the condition, execute the block of code of for loop, and after that incrementation or decrementation part, and then again condition. This loop will repeat, guys. Okay, from here to here, and here to here to here, and here to here, like this. It will keep on going. Okay, until the condition becomes false. So this is how the for loop will get executed, guys. If you run this code, you see my name will be printed 10 times. The code is getting executed. You see my name got printed 10 times, 1 to 10. So this is what is the for loop, guys. Okay, this is what is the for loop. So hope guys you understood for loop, while loop, do while loop, and for loop. These are three possible iterative statements we have in the flow control statement. There's one more also, guys, that is for each loop, but this is not the right time. Okay, so this is not the right time for me to explain you the for each loop, because for each loop need to be used with arrays and collections in Java. So since I have not covered arrays and collections for you at this moment, I'll be covering this for each loop for you later. Okay, when time comes for arrays and collections, I'll explain this for each loop. How to use for each loop with arrays and collections, I'll explain. Okay, during those topics. For now, we are done with the iterative statements. Now let's move on to the transfer statements. Okay, the third type of flow control statements in Java are the transfer statements. Okay, what are these transfer statements? What are these transfer statements? You see, transfer statements, one of the transfer statement we have already seen, guys, that is break statement. It has taken you out of the switch case, right? Transfer statements are used to transfer the flow of the execution of the code from one block of code to another block of code. Okay, so they will take you out of some loops or switch cases or whatever it is like that. Okay, it will transfer your flow of execution code from one block of code to another block of code. You can jump it. Okay, you can jump from one line to another line. Okay, I'll show you practically, guys, how transfer statements will work, then you will understand clearly. And coming to the transfer statements also, guys, we have different transfer statements like break, continue, return, try, catch, finally. These are the different transfer statements. So let me explain the break. Break, I already explained with switch case. If you remember, when I explained the switch case, to come out of the switch cases, individual switch cases, we have to use break statement, right? So break statement can not only be used in the switch case, but also you can use in the loops case. Okay, you can use this break in any of these loops, like while loop, do while loop, for loop. You can use a break statement. For now, I'll show you how to use the break statement in for loop. Okay, so here already the for loop code was there, right? Okay, the same for loop code I'll use. So I'm going to demonstrate you the break statement. Okay, so break statement when executed will take you out of the. For example, if I directly write like this, guys. Okay, if I directly write like this, what will happen here is there is a problem. So already Java compiler is informing you, right? Unreachable. Okay, there's no way that you can reach this statement because by default this line will be executed and will come out of the for loop. Okay, the print statement will not be printed. Statement will not be printed. So instead of doing that, what I will do here is I'll put a sorry. Uh, what happened? I went okay. So instead of doing that, guys, what I will do is inside the for loop I'll put a condition, guys. If I is equal to 5, okay. If I is equal to 5, then break. Only when this condition is satisfied, you have to break. Otherwise, you should not break. So in this case, what will happen? In this case, what will happen is first I value is 1, right? Right? I value is 1. 1 less than or equal to 10 is true. Condition is true, so it will go inside the for loop. It will go inside the for loop. First iteration is started. Here I value is currently 1. 1 is equal to 5 is false. So this break statement will not be executed. Break statement will not be executed. So first Arun motor 1 will be printed. Then I plus plus will happen. I will become 2. 2 less than or equal to 10. Again condition is true. Okay. So here this condition is false. 2 is equal to 5 is false. So again this block will be skipped. Now Arun motor 2 will be printed. Then I will become 3. Condition is true. This condition is false. Arun motor 3 will be printed. I will become 4. 4 less than or equal to 10 is true. This condition is still false. So break statement will not be executed and Arun motor 4 will be printed. I plus plus I will become 5. 5 less than or equal to 10 is true. Now we'll go inside this for loop for the fifth iteration when I is equal to 5. This matches this time. The fifth iteration, I is equal to 5 matches. 5 is equal to 5 is true. Now break statement got executed. Immediately when the break statement get executed, will come out of for loop, guys. Okay. Till now, how many values got printed? Arun motor 1, 2, 3, 4 got printed, right? But in case of fifth iteration, when I became 5, break statement got executed and it came out of the for loop. So my name will not be printed 10 times this time. Only 4 times it will be printed. In the fifth time, before printing my name, the break statement got executed and we came out of the for loop. Okay, this break statement will take you out of the for loop. Like break statement was taking you out of the switch case, as explained in the selection statements, right? Similarly, break statement will take you out of the for loop. Okay, run this code. Only 4 times my name will be printed, not 10 times. Fifth iteration, it is taking out of the for loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's what. Okay, only 4 times my name got printed because the break statement got executed. This is what is a break statement, guys. Okay, this is what is a break statement. What if I use continue in place of this break statement? Okay, the next one, guys, instead of break, if you use continue, what will happen? Okay, so I'm explaining you break and continue, guys. Okay, break and continue. So if I use instead of break, if I use a continue, what will happen here is it will not take you out of the for loop, but the continue will cancel the current iteration. Okay, till 4 iterations, no problem because the condition is false, right? Arun motor 1, Arun motor 2, Arun motor 3, Arun motor 4 will be printed. But when I becomes 5, the fifth iteration, this condition is true and this condition is also true. The continue statement got executed. It will skip the current iteration. From here, nothing will be executed. After this continue statement, the current iteration, nothing will be executed. This block will not be executed. This portion will not be executed. Directly will go to the I plus plus. I will become 6. Okay, Arun Motori 5 didn't get printed, guys. Okay, because the current iteration got cancelled because of the fifth iteration got cancelled, guys. Okay, when the continue statement got executed, fifth iteration got cancelled, and I plus plus happened when I became 6. Again, 6 less than 10 is true, and 6 is equal to 5 is false. So continue statement will not be executed. Arun Motori 6 got printed. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 will be printed. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 got printed, but fifth one got cancelled. Fifth iteration got cancelled. So my name will be printed only 9 times. That is from 1 to 4 and 6 to 10. That is total 9 times. Fifth iteration will be cancelled. You can see that in the output, guys. Run this code. My name will be printed only 9 times. Okay, you see 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth iteration is missing. You see between 4 and 6, 5 is not there. Again 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is. That means only 9 times my name got printed. When this condition is true, the continue statement got executed, and continue statement got has cancelled the current iteration. That's fifth iteration got cancelled, and remaining iterations the condition is not true. So the loop got executed. Okay, 9 times it got executed. So this is what is a continue statement, guys. Hope you understood what is break and continue. You can also use break inside the while loop, do while loop. You can use continue inside the do while loop and while loop along with the for loop. Okay, all the loops we can use this break and continue statement. But as part of demonstration, I have only demonstrated with the for loop for now. Now, guys, there are apart from break and continue, we have other transfer statements like return, try, catch, finally. I cannot explain or show you this return because return belongs to method. Okay, so I have to explain this return with methods, guys. Okay, I didn't cover the methods in Java for you, right? So I cannot explain this return now. So when I explain about methods in Java, then I'll cover you this transfer statement known as return statement. Okay, till then I will not cover. And another transfer statements are there like try, catch, finally. I cannot also show you these statements because these statements belong to exception handling. Okay, exception handling mechanism in Java. So I can only cover this transfer statements in that session. Okay, till then let's not worry about this. Okay, guys. So guys, we are done with the selection statements, iterative statements, and transfer statements. So some pending statements in iterative statements are for each loop, which I'll be covering with arrays and collections framework. Whereas transfer statements, the pending things are return, try, catch, finally. This will be covered. This return will be covered when I explain about methods. Try, catch, finally will be covered when I explain about exception handling mechanism in Java. Okay. So with this note, guys, we have successfully completed all the control flow statements. Okay. All the control flow statements like selection statements, iterative statements, and transfer statements got completed. So that's all for this session, guys. And I'll see you in the next session. Okay. I'll see you in the next session. And till then, bye, guys.